And I look back, and this cop has Mortimer in a headlock and is dragging him towards their little police station. And I was like, what? And this other cop is running after me, apparently going to do the same thing to me.
Yeah.
We're just skating on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
Welcome. Here we go.
And I'm not Tony Hawk.
We're rolling.
Okay.
We're in New York.
Yeah.
Well, we're in New Jersey officially, but we're in New York.
Yeah, I can't tell. I don't know how that works. Like the bridges and stuff. I don't know where I am.
When we did the Huck Jam here, we wanted to do it in Madison Square Garden, but we didn't. Our tour trucks and everything didn't fit into their loading docks, so we had to do it at a different place. It's in Elizabeth. Do you guys know that venue? Elizabeth, New Jersey. So every night I'm like, what's up? Like, what's up, Kansas City? What's up? And so I'm like, what's up, New Jersey? Like, but it's so many people from New York.
Yeah.
So it felt weird.
But were you right, or did you get booed?
No, I said New Jersey. I mean,
Right.
I was legit.
You were right.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, that's the New York City venue
Right.
when you come to town if you can't fit at Madison Square Garden.
It's weird. They're so packed that half the people like live out of it.
Right. But it was Jersey. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it here. I've been telling jokes.
Yeah.
Walking the streets. I got a coffee yesterday and they gave it to me in a bag. I wasn't that pumped on that.
What?
I got a bag of coffee, man.
Was it iced?
Yeah. But it was in
They
like
serve
a
'em hot like that?
I don't know, but I was like, oh, look, it's like a hippie place. That was my mistake because I was like, I don't want to drink milk, And then I got an iced coffee, and he was like, yeah, man, you want to? These beans have been something with like whiskey and rum, and I was like, they don't have actual alcohol in it, right? And he's like, no, and I was like, yeah, I'll try that, as close as I can get. And then he gives it to me in a bag, like a juice box.
But was it because those beans that you got the bag, or was it just because they do bags and that's like their environmental thing?
I think they environmentally fucked me and gave me a bag of coffee. But it wasn't good. I didn't like it. It felt stupid. It felt like a tourist.
I've been in places like Thailand where you go to I know you're going to think this is crazy, but, go to a street vendor.
I
In
don't
Thailand.
I don't think it's crazy.
I mean, like street
I know
food.
you eat crap. Yeah.
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 But
You're experiencing the
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they give you, like, you want a Coke, they give you a Coke in a little baggie
I don't like that.
with a straw.
Yeah, I'm not into
And
that.
the baggie is not meant for liquids.
Yeah. That's what this one felt
It's
like.
just like a little
This one was
sketchy Ziploc.
This one was leaking.
No, come on. The coffee place has to be much more
I had coffee on my hands.
professional. No? All right.
I was against it. Don't do that again. I couldn't finish it.
So you're doing comedy here in the city.
Yeah. Yeah, bumming out some people.
So your brand of comedy hasn't really...
I got to get some new jokes. I got to get like different
been
city
embraced it.
jokes. You know what I mean? Like depending on what city I'm in, lay off the gay and go more into like panda sex and stuff. I got
Okay.
different angles,
Yeah.
So, but I really wanted to do.
So you're going to have to fine-tune it geographically.
Yeah, I think so.
Got it.
Just to make it easier.
Yeah.
At least maybe step in to some other stuff and then go a little bit gay. It's hard not to go gay because I just want to free the people,
Right.
I just keep thinking that there's one person in the crowd that is like me who's a little scared, and I'm like, not me. You can totally do it. And then like some lady looks like she's gonna vomit, and I'm like, oh man, whoops. What can you do?
And then you went to SiriusXM.
Yeah, that was weird.
That would seem weird.
Yeah, it was a weird. I never really thought about it since they let go of me. I just tried to
How often did you do shows in New York back in the day?
at least once a year, mostly twice.
Okay. But
So-
you weren't here every month or anything.
Nah. But every time I was here,
Yeah.
it was meetings with the higher ups about
Yeah, same.
where the career's going and all this stuff. And,
Yeah.
year after year, be like, wait, this doesn't actually do anything. Nothing changes. So then I got a little worn out of talking to those people. And then I really didn't think about it, so much so that at one point on one of the shows, I started destroying one of the higher ups and I got the names wrong. And then I realized halfway through the story and corrected myself. But I still thought it was pretty crazy that I was just saying, yeah, this guy sucks. And I actually like that guy, but I forgot his name, the face to the name.
Was there retribution for that?
Nah, I mean, how can you, you fired me. How can you,
Oh, you're talking about this time you said that.
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, I thought you were saying back in the day you said that.
I did that too. But yesterday, I gave somebody the hammer and realized it was the wrong guy. But then I apologized. But it was good to go because I don't think I try not to face things when they're painful like that. I was just like, well, that happened. Move forward. No looking back. Yeah. So when I went in there, I got anxious. Didn't like being in the elevator. I was like, oh man, I don't feel right being in here anymore. I got to, you know what I mean? Because I'm like,
You used to go do Howard Stern.
Yeah, and now I'm some podcast bum sucking eggs, trying to become a comedian, and I'm like, these guys have got it. But then when I went in there, they seemed really tired from doing shows all the time, and it seemed kind of like flat. Everyone seemed.
Remember that?
And I was like, oh
vibe.
Yeah,
that's how it was.
here.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, life ain't so bad. And then when I walked out of there, I felt like it was a good thing, and less resentment. I felt like I already knew, like, you can't be bitter at them letting you go. They gave you a career. Like, am I talented? Yeah. But they gave me the position to have a shot at it. Yeah. And I made a career that was, I'm on here because you were like,
sure. I have no hard feelings. I mean,
right.
We had a good run.
So I felt like
it could have been more support in the end, but then I was like, well, we made something happen, and now I know how to do this, and here we are.
That's it.
That's how it goes, right?
Are you looking for a delicious and nutritious snack that packs a real protein punch? Each 1 ounce serving of wonderful pistachios contains 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Pistachios are known for their protein power, fiber, and better for you, unsaturated fats, for a combination that may help keep you feeling fuller longer. It's one of the highest protein nuts out there.
The best part, wonderful pistachios come in a variety of flavors and sizes, perfect for enjoying with your family and friends or taking them with you on the go during your summer adventure.
Check out wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more about how these little green wonders can power up your day. Glad I was there.
You've been dying to tell me your story about skating in the airport, so please do so.
Okay, so I'm coming back from Utah.
Vert alert.
Yeah, and I got my skateboard, and I'm going through the thing right before you go to the guy where you show your ID, and then you take your shoes off and go through the thing where my penis goes off in the thing. So I'm in the line, and I'm like 7 people back from the customs guy. And then
not customs. The guy that checks IDs.
The ID checker guy. And then there's this other security guard that's on the outside of the line, just making sure everybody's
Make sure everyone has a ticket.
Maybe, yeah.
You show him that you have a ticket to get in the line.
Right. So I'm about 5 guys away from him.
Yeah.
And I'm just standing there, and he goes, hey, you can't ride that in here. And I go,
the skateboard you're holding.
This one? He's like, yeah, you heard me. And I'm like, I'm not riding it. And then I started laughing because I thought he knew me maybe and was like messing with me. Because I'm like, you're not sincerely angry. We don't know each other. You haven't even got close enough to know what's going on yet. And I'm not riding it. And I know that I didn't ride it when I came in. So there's no way I'm the guy to blame. Because I always think he's probably got a reason. You know what I mean? When someone yells at me, I go, oh, God, what did I do? But I'm like, nah, I'm absolutely positive I have not done anything illegal for a couple of hours. So you could not do that to me. So then I get closer to him, and I'm like, you're right, dude? Like, you having a bad day or something?
Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah, because I was like, because when I got closer, I was like, because he's still talking to me in a like,
condescending.
Yeah. And I'm starting to get a little pissy now because I'm like, wait, you're serious? I'm like, dude, what is your deal? Like, calm down. And he goes, it's people like you skating around here. You're causing trouble. And I'm like, I haven't skated. I'm not skating. And he's like, well, Tony Hawk, if it wasn't for that, it starts talking shit on you for being a bad guy. And I'm like, so I'm like, dude, that's my friend. And he's like, oh yeah, sure he is. Like, and you know, he's out here filming it, broadcasting it, that he skates all around airports, and now all you idiots do it. And I was like, dude, First of all, he's not an idiot. And I'm trying to tell you, man, that I haven't skated. But then it's like he's being mean. So I was like, guess what, dude? I'm going to skate. I'm going to skate. Not right now, but in a minute.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, because I was so mad at him.
I thought you were just thinking that.
No, because I was like, I kept being like the bigger guy. And I was like, yeah. And, hey, man, Tony's my friend. Like, relax. And he's like, no, these guys. Blah, blah. And I was like, you know what, dude? I think I am going to skate. And he's like, well, no, you're not. I'm like, when? Well, you don't know when. Oh, my. Oh. And then I went through the custom thing. And then a guy in the line knew us.
Yeah.
And when I went to get my shoes off the tray, he's like, dude, what was up with that guy? And I was like, okay, because I wasn't sure that I was like, maybe I saw it as a flip out because I just found
your
it
perspective
so
on it was
impossible
tainted or something.
that it happened.
Right. Yeah.
And he's like, that guy was crazy. And I was like, okay, good. I got a witness to this maniac.
Oh my
and then I don't usually skate like you do in the airport, but then I was just shredding the whole time and filming it the whole time.
I'll tell you, here's how I do it. And I'm super low key, and I make sure that I know it's a place where it's like the ultimate smooth surface marble. So there's no noise, or that there's no seams. Yeah. So it's like ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. You don't even have that. Yeah. And then I do it. I cruise around a few people, and then I'm out. Like that's it. That is the only time I'm not like cruising through airports. I'm not trying to defend myself. I'm just telling you how I do it and how I get it on video. Yeah. And it's always just cool. And then sometimes you see people like, oh.
Well, I don't think you're seeing the bigger picture, Tony, is you're posting that you're skating in the airport and the youth who are inspired by you are skating in the airport and making this man's life very, very difficult. Do you know how many injuries there are in skateboard airport incidents every year?
No.
Google it.
Google
Pretty sure it's none, you dickhead. Shut up.
I did get busted not too long ago skating in Detroit airport.
Detroit what?
Detroit, I was skating.
No, you have to say that when someone says Detroit.
Detroit, oh.
It's an Eminem song.
Yes.
I don't know.
What up, Detroit? So I came around, I was filming, and I was kind of getting cocky, like I was weaving through tight traffic.
Yeah.
And just coming around, I was like, oh, this is going to be a sick video, just because there's so many bodies. And then you see this pair of shoes come into frame and just stop in front of me. Yeah. And you hear this dude go, no skating.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Why do they talk like that?
He was just pretty matter of fact. He wasn't, it was more like, okay, that's it for you.
Right.
It wasn't like, come with me, don't ever do that again. It was just kind of like, I got you.
I just think it's interesting that if you have a skateboard, because now my age is like, I pay tax. Like my kids went to school on time. I'm an adult,
Yeah.
And I've got a skateboard. You're talking to me like I'm 17 again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I've been through a lot. You know what I mean? Like, and you don't get to talk to me like that anymore. But it's funny how holding one is all of a sudden, hey, you know what I mean? I'm like, hey, it doesn't work anymore, man. Like, you got to be like, excuse me, sir, because I'm a sir now.
Yeah.
Just like you are. Like, I don't go, hey, dickhead.
Like, you're going to cower. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
It's almost like
I've only been doing this 40 years.
So true. It's not fair.
We talked about this recently. I don't know if I talked about it on the show, but Sean Mortimer and I were skating on the boardwalk in Oceanside. This is like, we're both on PAL, so it's probably 1990-ish.
Okay.
And we're skating on the boardwalk, and I hear someone yell that I can just tell by the tone of voice. It's like, hey, get off, don't skate or whatever. And I look back, and this cop has Mortimer in a headlock and is dragging him towards their little police station. And I was like, what? And this other cop is running after me, apparently going to do the same thing to me.
Yeah.
We're just skating on the boardwalk.
Yeah. Isn't that legal?
Apparently not. Not then. It is now.
Okay.
And so I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, pick it up. What? Okay. So then I go back. We go to and this guy's being super aggressive with Sean. It was like excessive. Like it was just causing a scene.
Yeah.
And Sean is docile. Sean's like, what? Let me go.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm not trying to leave or anything.
So we go to the police station, and he's like, I told you to stop skating. You looked back and smirked at me. And Sean's like, I didn't hear you. We're skating along like so loud and cracks and whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you blatantly defied me. So I had to take you down.
Yeah, you
did.
I
was like, oh, and then the other guy was like, hey, and he said this girl's name, and I was like, and he's like, Yeah, that's my girlfriend, and it was a girl that I had dated previously, and he didn't like that very much.
Oh, it was
So
like-
they
it
wrote
was-
us each, like, this is like 1990, like $200 tickets.
because you went out with his girlfriend.
As hard, like whatever, they leaned into some ordinance or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to ask. Doesn't matter.
Do you know what we did?
Did she, the girl in you,
What?
did she like you?
Yeah, I mean, we dated briefly.
She
but
liked you more than him.
I don't know. I don't think he liked that I had dated her before. He just didn't like that fact.
Oh, I did.
And whatever she told him probably wasn't complimentary since we broke up, but
because you were awesome. She probably was like, "Can you do 720s? Because my ex could."
I do remember though, we sent the tickets. We
To
sent
Pal.
the tickets to Pal.
Yeah. Did they pay it? Yes. I love Pal,
But begrudgingly, they were not happy about it.
but still, they paid it.
I got a stern warning. Like, we do not pay for movie
Yeah.
violations.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but we were doing our job.
Yep, you were
We were skateboarding.
spreading the word.
Yeah.
Selling skateboards. Yeah, that was a good idea. Yeah, what's up with security guards? You never wanted to be a security
They
guard?
were cops.
Oh, wow.
They were. These are legit tickets.
Wow.
Yeah, they were cops on the board. They
Did
had
they
a
go
little
looking?
police
Were they
station.
down there looking for you?
No, they were whatever. Like, we were.
What are the
I
odds,
guess
though?
skating was illegal at the time on the boardwalk, and we were the best option to whatever
Kind of unlucky.
get a ticket.
Like, you skated past the guy that was...
Well, knowing now where the little police station was, there was no way we couldn't skate past it.
Right.
It was
I'm just
right
saying,
there
the
under
odds
the
that the
bridge.
cop in there knows you because he...
Oh yeah, that element that
Yeah.
didn't help. Yeah,
No, it didn't.
but that wasn't even the guy that was aggressive.
What's up with those guys, man?
Yeah, it was a problem. Anyway, we lived we lived through it.
Yeah, it's why you gotta do stuff. You
I
can't
don't
just-
like. I think at the time, this was 1991 ish. Like, I didn't really have the money to pay that ticket.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, I get that. I used to get tickets for being on trains with no ticket. In Australia, there was always guys in suits that would go from carriage to carriage looking for me. So it was like a constant.
Looking for you, particularly.
Well, us,
Right.
people that weren't paying,
Yeah.
and it was usually skaters. Because I was also fast, when I was younger. So it's like, hey, you don't have a ticket, and I'd be like, Fran. Like, you ain't gonna get me, dude. Like, I'm gonna outrun you easy, and then when we get on a straightaway, I'm gonna skate, and I'm gone. So it was
Wait,
always
but you're on the train.
yeah, but I would go from I would go from carriage to carriage, and if it stopped before they got to the end of the carriage,
Oh, I see.
I
Then you
could
just get out.
run. Or if you're on the platform and you don't have a ticket, you
Oh, I
gotta
see.
run because
Right.
they're like, "Where's your ticket?" You can't say, "I'm getting one," because you're already on
Yeah.
the platform. You're done. So there was times there where I got caught, but there were times when you would run, but then he'd get close, so he knew what you look like, and then the next time he'd see you, he's like, "Hey, I saw you," and I'm like, "No, you didn't." You know what I mean? Like, I don't know you. And it would just be this bullshit lie
and
thing
mouse.
where he totally knew.
Yeah.
But there were like a bunch of ones there where it was like them because they try to grab the skateboard, and you'd be pulling on the skateboard, and then one of your buddies would push him over so that he'd let go of the skateboard, and then you all run giggling until somebody gets caught, and then you're all bummed out or whatever.
What happens when you get caught?
They give you a $100 fine.
Oh.
And I remember it was right when I got a signature shoe on Duff's, and I kept it old school. I don't buy tickets. And I was just on the platform. He's like, "You got a ticket?" And I was like, "Nah." And he's like, "Well, where's your?" I'm not getting one. And he's like, "That's $100 fine." And I was like, "I got $200 here. Do you want 200 for it?" And he's like, "That's not how it works." I'm like, "I'm just saying, man. I got tons of money. Give me a ticket. Give me 4. I don't give a fuck." And I was lying. Like, I totally still didn't have that much money, but I didn't want to give him the satisfaction.
Did he give you a ticket?
Hell yeah! But I
is the
pretended like
dumbest thing.
that $100 didn't sting at all. So who's the winner? Who's laughing now?
So lame. I had a friend who, when snowboarding first started being let into the resorts, we were the dregs, right?
Yeah.
Just we were already marked as troublemakers, and
Maybe we were.
we were clipping tickets. You know about clipping tickets?
Nah.
When they used to do lift tickets, it was a sticky tape or a sticky ticket.
Yeah, with like the diamond thing, the diamond shaped metal thing.
Yeah, diamond shaped metal thing, but it was didn't connect here.
Yeah.
Right. So it went here, and you put the sticker over that, and there was a way that you could like, or sorry, it was connected. There was a way you could clip the diamond shape and make a break in it, and then pull one side out through the sticker, and then if someone's leaving, that was what you do.
Right,
if someone's leaving, then you're like, hey, can I clip your ticket? And then you'd clip it. You had to be real subtle with it because it was easy to tell.
Like when you stretch out wristbands.
Kind of, yeah. And then you put it back, and then you have to get the metal right back into where it was folded.
Yeah.
But then the lift operators started getting savvy to that, and they would yank on it real hard
to make sure it wasn't clipped.
Yeah, and then it would just come off. And so we did that a few times, but then my friend would pretend like he had a pass around his neck and just keep fumbling to try to get it out as he's getting on the lift.
Every time.
Pass. And then after like 2 runs, the guy's like, no, dude.
Yeah.
You guys are out of here.
You can't fumble for your pass every single time you get on the chair.
I was like, that was a good try.
At least you got a couple rides.
What you do is, especially in some of the mountains, like I think at the time we were in Breckenridge, Colorado, but if you go higher to higher lifts, they're less concerned about you having a lift ticket because they figure you already got on a lift with lift ticket.
Okay, yeah.
So if you're already above, like it was kind of like if someone's got, if someone's onto you, then you just keep going to higher lifts.
Okay.
There you go. There's the old school snowboard.
Does that still happen, or have they foolproofed that? Oh, they got the door thing with the.
Yeah, it's all electronic now.
Yeah.
And with ours, like we go to Mammoth and we have the Black Pass there, and so your photo shows up, and there's someone watching an iPad like as you come in, so they look at your photo like this, and it was funny because like all of my kids, we've been going there for so long that all of their photos are of them when they're like kids. 10,
right?
And at some point, like even Riley, and then at some point Riley's there and he's like, "Hey, this isn't you," and he's like, "Yeah, that's me when I was 14."
Yeah.
He's 30, you know, whatever it is. And so they're like, no. And they made us update all the photos.
Okay. But was there a time where they were like, no, that's not you, and you got denied for your baby photo? Like when you're saying Riley
got he was the one that was the catalyst when Riley, because they were gonna kick him out.
Right. For impersonating himself.
Yeah.
Sounds like my Tinder account.
Yeah.
I never got that back. Whoever it is out there being me, good luck.
Someone hacked your Tinder account?
I got kicked off Tinder for impersonating me.
What, because you
I wasn't doing me good enough, I guess.
What?
Somebody ratted me out for being fake me on there.
And then how? See, I don't know.
I don't think I cared that much to try and get it back. I was like, oh, whatever. Place sucks anyway. I just feel like you could do so much better, you know? If you're going to be a fake person. Like,
than being you?
Yeah.
Well, you have value. You got clout.
There we go. Yeah.
You got name recognition.
Yeah, but to sleep with. I don't know if it's that's what everyone's looking for.
Someone did tell me not long ago, he's like, hey, man, I got to thank you. Like, I hooked up with a girl in the 80s because she thought it was you.
That's awesome.
Is it?
Yes.
Who is it awesome for?
Him, mainly.
I think it's only awesome for him. Not for me. And certainly not for her.
Why not? She felt like she slept with Tony Hawk. That's pretty
what I'm talking
cool.
About.
That could be cool. See, you're good too, dude. You're a catch.
But is he?
No. Anybody who says they're somebody else is not a catch. They got real confidence issues.
There you go.
You know?
Well, I hope he was nice.
Yeah, I've never pretended to be somebody else. That is weird. And me. It's, you know what's weird? Because now I'm divorced and I got on dates with like straight people and sober people. Yeah. And then I went on a date with one normal straight lady, and then she was like, let's hang out later. And then I have to say that because it's different now. But she was drunk, and I was like, wow. I don't like drunk ladies, it turns out. I didn't know because I was usually drunk.
Yeah.
And now that I'm single, and I'm like, oh, wow, that's like a full no. Like, no, not at all. I cannot do it. Thought I'd be like, have a couple. Like, how's that going to bother me?
What did she say?
I don't want to get it. Just, she was like, not all there.
No, but I'm saying like when you said no.
Oh, I didn't say it. I just like the next day I was like, I gotta,
okay.
I gotta go.
You were presenting that a much different way.
Yeah. Because I didn't be like, oh, what the hell? You gotta go. I didn't do that. That's too mean. I was just like, oh man, this is really hard to deal with. But then I met somebody
Got it.
for coffee. Wasn't drunk, And then after I met her, I was like, oh, man, I got to tell her, you know what I mean, that I'm weird. Like, how's a normal straight lady going to feel about being weird?
Okay,
and she was okay with it.
yeah.
I think things have changed.
Yeah, but if she's agreeing to go to coffee with you, she definitely has looked you up.
Yeah, but
And
she didn't know.
your weirdness is very public.
Not all of it,
All right.
but yeah.
Public enough that she knew at least a little bit what she's getting into.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
Right?
Yeah, but not the. I added a bit in a text message after coffee where I was like, this bit on the text message is for sure going to end it.
This is the deal breaker.
Yeah. And I was like, I totally understand.
And was her response trepid, or was it like, cool?
What's trepid mean?
Like, man, I don't know about that. Let's think about it.
It's definitely a little bit of trepid.
Okay.
But she was like, can I come over and discuss it with you? And I was like, really? And then she did. And she was like, I'm not sure. I'm going to think about it. And then she asked to come over the next day, and she was totally trying to, whatever. But yeah, I just don't think people 20 years ago or 10 years ago would be like, yeah, that's cool. I think sky's the limit now. I could probably go out with anybody.
All the way to sky's the limit, but
Well, it's pretty high.
true.
It's a lot of sky. A lot more sky than I thought.
You know what?
I thought I'd
was
be
gonna say,
deep in the mud.
I don't live in that realm, so you're probably right.
I'm kind of floating, baby. It's pretty casual being me right now.
It's
Pretty casual. Yeah. It's pretty cool. All right, guys, let's take a minute to talk about something really, really important. Your summer style. True Classic has you covered. I'm talking premium quality fabric at an accessible price. And for a limited time, you'll get 25% off at trueclassic.com by using the code WOLF at checkout. True Classic are some of the best t-shirts I've found that are ultra soft and affordable, and they fit great. And the shorts, True Classics Chino, are as good as it gets. They come in 2 different lengths and lots of colors for any style or occasion. It's made with 4-way stretch, so you can go from work to play. I could probably even hit the gym. Speaking of the gym, they have a line of quick dry activity shorts that may just take the cake. Whether you're training, running, or just moving through your day, these shorts are all about performance and style. They're made with a stretchy, sweat-wicking blend that keeps you cool and comfortable. They also have a comfort liner that acts like a high-performance boxer brief. And when you need to cool off, you can even swim in them. Wherever summer takes you, True Classic has your back. They even have a 100% risk-free guarantee and easy returns. True Classic wants to hook our listeners up with an exclusive deal to help you look and feel good. For a limited time only, get 25% off with the code WOLF at trueclassic.com. Upgrade your wardrobe for summer with 25% off with the code WOLF at trueclassic.com today. I hope this keeps going, man, because it's pretty good right now.
I know we got some new sponsors.
X Games, dude.
We're doing X Games. This is happening. This will happen after X Games. But
Did you see the post where it's our 3 heads?
yeah,
That is weird. That is the weird, not so weird for you two, but for me, I'm like, that is my head with those 2 dickheads. Suck a butt, everybody. It's so cool.
that's pretty sick.
Such a prestigious event.
Yeah.
And it's like, these 3. I'm like, really? You guys put me on there. There's no way out now. I'm going to have to show up. You know that? Stoked.
So awesome.
My son texts me. He's all stoked. Like, I didn't think he cared, but he's
Yeah.
like, are you actually hosting the X Games? I was like, yeah, I know. I'm thinking the same thing. But yeah, I think
Did you
so.
not tell him you got the job?
No, because I didn't believe it.
Wait, what?
I don't believe that. No way.
But they put you on a schedule. You have signed a contract.
Yeah.
When do you believe it?
When they posted it on Instagram.
Okay.
That's how I do it. TV shows and stuff. I've been greenlit like 3 times. I ain't on TV. Bullshit artists. Everyone's a bullshit artist.
Yeah, the greenlit, the false starts. Like,
Yeah. So it's like, wait,
I
man, we
remember-
really want you on the X
Yeah.
Games. I'm like, do you really?
I remember a long time ago, my brother sat in on a meeting with me, and this guy was talking about crazy projections and success and numbers of this thing we're doing, and my brother's just like, you're not even excited. I'm like, Steve, how many times I've heard like this is definitely happening,
Yeah.
and it definitely doesn't happen at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Like I'm just jaded. I can't,
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah. It's
help
almost like if you start promising a bunch of stuff, I immediately go, oh man, you think I'm a moron.
it's not going to happen.
You think I'm stupid because you think I'm going to go for this story.
The more certainty, the less likely it's going to happen.
Like I've had a meeting with the guy. What's the Entourage guy? The agent.
Ari?
Yeah. When
real Ari?
Yeah, like when my show blew up.
Yeah.
This guy wants to meet you, and everyone's telling me some super agent or whatever, and I go in this big office, and he's like, how much money are you getting now? And I told him, he's like, ridiculous, get so-and-so on the phone. And I was like, whoa, he's going to call my boss right now? And he's like, what kind of car are you driving? And I was like, I don't know, like it's something. He's like, ridiculous, get like Mercedes-Benz on the phone. And I was like,
phone?
Dude. And I'm like,
get me Mercedes-Benz on the phone.
He was like, I'm getting you a car of like a caliber. And I'm like, no way. This guy makes things happen. I never saw him again. Ever. I never got anything. I never got a raise or a car.
I wanted to hear that a Mercedes was delivered and then you were handed a bill.
Nothing. I went home.
No, but I'm saying.
And my wife yelled at me. That's what happened.
I remember when I first got an agent at William Morris Agency, who is the one who set up my video game deal, so I am forever indebted to him.
Right.
But, I had just done this super crazy, strange promotion for Fruit Loops.
Ooh.
With
sickest deal ever.
It was not sick.
Oh.
It was
you didn't get any Fruit Loops?
What's that?
Did you get free Fruit Loops?
Yeah. So that's sick.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. But it was like the offer was really good.
Yeah.
It happened here. Remember Chelsea Piers had the vert ramp? We did gigantic skate park tour there.
Okay.
So Chelsea Piers used to have a sketchy like modular skate park, metal ramps, and then they had a vert ramp that was like, it was okay.
Yeah.
And it was me, Johnny Mosley, and Dave Mira.
Yeah.
And because X Games was hot, so they're like, Fruit Loops is extreme.
Yeah, of course.
And Toucan Sam is an extreme athlete.
Yeah, no, he totally is.
And so we had to do media training. I had never done anything of this caliber. So we had to do media training to talk about how to answer questions from the press.
About Fruit Loops?
About Toucan Sam.
You had to do research on the bird?
No, because he's like extreme now. So we were supposed to be talking about him like he's this real entity. And because extreme sports are cool and whatever. And so we didn't know anything, right? We were just going along with it. And at some point, we're all wearing Fruit Loops shirts and we're skating the ramp and they have Johnny Mosley emceeing. He doesn't know skate tricks.
Yeah.
He starts naming all the tricks cereal names and then competing cereals. So then they have to like stop him because he doesn't know.
Yeah. Because they're like, hey, you can't say that one.
Like,
we don't
the
own
Count
that
Chocula.
one.
And they're like, no,
yeah,
dude.
no Count Chocula.
Or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But anyway, and they bust in a bunch of kids from a school to watch us who had no interest in skating, like all these kids from New York.
Yeah.
So they were just kind of like, what? Do I get a shirt? Okay, cool. And so they're all wearing the same shirts, and we're doing this demo for kids that don't really care.
Yeah.
It was so strange. Anyway, that was like the first entry point for me to like, oh, these are big endorsements.
Yeah.
And these are bigger companies with marketing, and they don't know skateboarding.
Yeah.
And how do I fit in here?
Yeah.
Right? And then right in that almost the same week or so, I got an agent. And he was like, oh, I heard you were just in New York. What was going on there? I go, oh, we're doing this thing for Fruit Loops. It was like, it was, a lot of embarrassment for a good paycheck.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, well, those days are over. For the...
Because he was right, but he was
right.
right.
It was a lot of embarrassment for a decent paycheck. And he's like, well, those days are over. And he was right. Because after that, everything that was put forth contractually, I had approval over, and I had to fight for it. Like in those early days, that you could not really do that. You didn't have the clout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one of the first deals that he cut was with Activision, where I had full approvals over everything.
Yeah.
And I worked really well with Neversoft, so there was no question that was going to happen anyway. But to have it in writing meant that no matter what it was, it had to go through me first. Yeah. And I could tweak it and whatever.
Yeah.
But that changed everything.
From Fruit Loops to the game.
There were other things that happened in between, but they all were of integrity and quality because he wrote that in. Because he knew how how kind of crushed I was
Right.
with that one experience.
Right.
And I don't blame them. Like I don't blame Fruit Loops or Kellogg's. You know what I mean? Like I still eat Kellogg's. Like it's just more that it was the marketing team that has no idea of what we do or the authenticity of it or the importance of authenticity.
Yeah.
And they were just like, all right, they're extreme.
Isn't it weird for somebody to have so much money for a budget and not one person knows who they're talking to for the commercial?
But I think it was more that they thought we were so desperate for coverage and endorsements, which I mean, in a sense, we were.
I know
You know, we were all like struggling and killing ourselves at X Games.
Yep.
And so we were like, sick. We're going to New York. Like Kellogg's. It's
it
huge.
does sound pretty glamorous,
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got there. We're like, wait, what?
I got a TV commercial for Toyota and they wanted to fly me to Japan to do the commercial. And then when I got to the airport to get on the plane, they were like, oh, you're Australian? You need a visa to go to Japan. Denied. And I lost the commercial.
Oh.
And that was when I was making zero. And it was going to be like a TV commercial where I was going to make like, you know, money I'd never seen. But it turned around, you know?
I did a Coke commercial for Japan with Omar and Christian.
Yeah.
And we were picked as stunt doubles. We were not picked for our persona or for our success.
Yeah.
And we all did it for just whatever was scale. You know what I mean? As stunt people. But it was pretty sick. They made a half pipe in the exact shape of a Coke bottle cut in half.
Sick.
So it went like this and then into the shallow end where the top was. It was super tight though. Like it was maybe 6 foot transition.
Yeah.
And the idea is that they're going to CG us skating in a Coke bottle. Right? But it's funny because we're doubling for all these Japanese actors.
Okay.
Right? So we had to be very cognizant of like, you know, hiding our face and whatever and wearing their but it was funny because I will never forget Christian and Omar weren't really considering that it was supposed to be we're skating in a bottle. So they kept doing all these lip tricks.
Right.
Right? And I was like, you guys, that's not going to work.
You said that.
Yeah, I was like, we're supposed to be skating in a bottle. And they're like, yeah, but if you're doing a disaster, your board's going outside the bottle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But nobody else brought it up.
What's that?
None of the filmers brought it up.
No. So then I was like the stunt coordinator.
Right.
Not that I was getting paid anything better, but they were like, all right, you're in charge of like the action.
Yeah.
Okay. And then at some point they go, okay, we're going to film the commercial with you guys because we think this is such a good idea. They'll want it for US. So you guys will be the principals. And if you are the principals, you guys will get royalties, residuals.
Yeah.
And we're like, hell, we were all just like, yes. Because all of us were, I mean, this is like, I remember Riley was just born. This is probably 93, 94. Like I was not
Dark
getting
times, yes.
steady paycheck at all.
Yep.
And I absolutely needed that kind of money. And then it never happened.
Oh.
But I did see the commercial. It's out there. It's pretty sick.
Did they use any of the lip tricks?
No.
You were right.
Yes.
Nice.
But we did have to go. So the commercial is that these guys are skating this thing. They don't know what it is. I don't know. They wake up in a bottle. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
They don't know what it is. And they're skating. And then all of a sudden, they take a break and they all have Cokes. They take a break and then they hear this noise. And then all of a sudden, there's Coke coming in from the bottom of the bottle.
Yeah.
And it's starting to fill up. So we all scrambled to skate our way out.
Yeah.
And then they had, on the sound stage, they had the half pipe, the bottle, whatever. And then they had like a 10-foot drop into a stunt pad.
Yeah.
So we had to go off the end into the stunt pad as if we're shooting out of the
bottle. Yeah.
And it looked pretty sick.
That's
this
pretty
is
cool.
Early 90s.
Yeah.
So the effects weren't perfect.
Yeah.
But the commercial's pretty sick.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Can we get that or not?
Yeah. Look up, I guess my name with Coca-Cola Japan.
I got a Frosted Flake commercial too at Christian's Ramp. I got the deal, and once again they were like, "Oh wait, you don't have a green card?" No.
So those are like the day of that you're finding these out.
Yeah.
Because you're on your way to Japan to find out.
Yeah, I was at the airport, bonus brigade.
And then you showed up at the set. You showed up at the set to find out the Frosted Flakes?
No, we were all trying out for it.
Okay.
and I got the job, and then I got the call after I got the job
Yeah.
that you don't got the job anymore.
Harsh.
Yeah. I was a Skittle in a Skittles commercial in Australia.
Yes, you told
and
me
because
that.
I was Australian, I got the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It was a good. Every now and then somebody sends it to me, and I just laugh because it's like at that point in my mind, I was a professional skateboarder,
Yeah.
and then when I watched the video of me skating, I'm like, dude, you were not. You know what I mean? Like you were good for an Australian, but you were not ready. You know, like I could just see you're just a little rat. Like you're not. You don't have any big tricks. You're just good because everybody in Australia sucked.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, no, I
works.
took it. Yeah,
that's
hell
fine.
yeah, it was awesome.
I do remember during that Coke commercial, one of the women, when it went to change that we were going to be actually the principal actors, they didn't really have to change our pay scale or a pay structure or whatever until that commercial aired. And she joked to us, thinking it was funny, like, got you guys so cheap.
She said that.
Yeah, and we're like, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to hear that.
Like,
That's
I
flattering.
really need this money.
Yeah. I need more.
Yeah.
And you're saying I could have got more?
Yeah.
Cool. You know what I did the other day? I just realized I shot a photo shoot for Inc. magazine, and I like shot a flamethrower at a truck doing a burnout to make the fire go around the tire and shoot up in the air over and over again. And cars do burnouts around me while I shoot a flamethrower.
Yeah.
And I got to do burnouts in a car while the photographer took photos of me while I was doing burnouts. And I got punched in the face. I'm getting sick of that. Man, let me tell you.
Don't cars have gas tanks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you're
but you
shooting
gotta,
flames at it?
Well, I'm a professional. I know where to shoot the flamethrower. I didn't shoot it at the gas tank. I shot it at the wheel. But I had to get punched in the face. You know how I've been punched in the face a bunch for photos?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, just punch me in the face for photos. And then as soon as it starts, I think I'm getting old, man. It just hurt more. Like, it was, I mean, I got to say, I made my face go relaxed so you don't have to hit me that hard.
That was for the Inc. magazine too?
Yeah.
Why?
But he was like, to get the timing
there it
right.
is.
Oh, yeah.
See if you can catch my varial on this. Okay, this is the Coke commercial. Like, they can't figure out how to skate it. And then get the Coke. And they're like, oh, what?
Oh,
Here we go.
no.
Watch my varial. Check this out. Oh, see that?
Ah, that was pretty sweet.
Fake lube.
Well, who was that?
I don't know.
Dang.
Pretty sick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Yeah, but when I was getting punched in the face, it hurt different. And I started worrying about concussions. And I was like, I don't think it's a good idea for me to get hit in the head anymore. I think for the first time
I
ever.
thought you decided that months ago.
Retired from fighting. I did. But this is for, I was like, don't hit me hard.
In Mink magazine.
But even just that, like.
But they need some distortion on your
yeah.
face, right?
And
Yeah.
it was just like after, it was like after maybe 30
Don't you know
punches.
this technique where you just shake real hard?
That's what I won't do that. That's
Why
cheating.
not? That looks
This
sick.
is cheating. But I think it was like when it got to like 30, 35, I was like, okay, it's bumming me out. And then the guy goes, oh,
Wait, 35 punches?
yeah. And the guy goes, oh, I want to get a slow-mo of it. Can you do it again? And I'm like, yeah. But I was like, I don't like that guy anymore. And then I got a punch in the head like 10 more times. I was like, okay, can we stop? And then when I went over to get changed, I remember sitting there taking my T-shirt, putting my T-shirt back on, and I was like, yeah, that is giving me a bad feeling, and I don't think I should do that anymore. Like, I was like, if I think I got punched like 35 more times, I would have started crying.
Did you feel concussed?
No, bit neck sore, just like,
Yeah, there were.
my brain was like, dude, don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it. It used to like it.
Right.
It's like a total different feeling. Like,
Yeah.
I used to get socked and I'd be like, and this time I was like, oh, ow, like a normal person.
Yes.
I wonder
I
what
think
that
that's
is.
how I feel.
It might be because I'm healthier. Like, I'm like, hey, I feel like you're hurting my mind.
You don't have some like chemical induced tolerance to pain right now?
No, I think that pain used to be, I was in so much of my own emotional pain that when you punched me
like
in the
Dr. Mike
head,
said.
it freed me from that. But
it.
now I am no longer in emotional pain, and now I'm just like, ow, you hit me in the brain. As opposed to, hell yeah, I'm out of myself. Because I kind of like being me now, and you kind of punching me out of it. That's my theory.
Punching me out of it.
Yeah, you're punching me out of me brain.
Right.
And me doesn't like that.
Okay. Got it.
Coffee. I drink a lot of coffee in New York.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, not that good sometimes.
A lot of good coffee, though.
Yeah.
How do you gauge a place? Do you just go walk by, oh, I'm going to get coffee here?
Yeah, because I like colorful things. So usually I make a mistake and go,
So you
ooh, that place
you
is
go
bright.
to boba places?
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Oh, yeah, and you're worried about hippies. Those are the hippie spots.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I get bad coffee, I think.
Got it, yeah.
I don't like go to like old dinery looking places where I think you're probably going to get a better coffee.
So it's either bright or diner.
Yeah.
I mean, old school diners are just going to have brewed coffee.
I don't like that
They're
either.
not taking great pride in.
Yeah, but I don't. I mean, I think the best coffee probably comes from those guys that have beards and tight pants. Oh, look, my pants are a little looser down the bottom. Accidentally, though, Tony. I don't know what happened. I
That's
just looked
weird.
down. I was like, oh, well, look, they're a little looser. I guess I'm fashionable. Whoops.
I guess.
Just saying it happens. I feel way better.
Well, you can
about
always count on Blue Bottle Coffee. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm aware of them.
Yeah.
If I walked by there, I would go in there for sure.
Okay.
But I didn't see that yet. I just saw a bag of
Have
coffee.
you ever had Jot coffee?
Nah.
It's condensed liquid coffee, and then you dilute it with water.
What?
It's good.
Is that real strong?
Yeah.
I like Turkish coffee. You ever have that?
Yeah.
It's real strong, right?
Yeah. Real strong.
Yeah, I like that. Except I think that one is like, ooh, I really like it. And then I have like 5. And then I go, oh, man, I probably shouldn't have had that much caffeine.
Yeah. Those seem like it's more like a treat. Let's get that every once in a while.
Yeah. But I'll put sugar in it. So then I got to have more.
Oh, no.
Not anymore. Just used to. In Australia, coffee was pretty good.
Oh, Australians are there. Have you noticed how many Australian breakfast places are in New York City?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you miss that?
I don't know, but I would have gone.
That's a real thing. Aussie brekkie.
I would totally go to it.
There's plenty.
I miss Aussie brekkie.
There's one place called Two Hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come you know so much about food?
Do you know what Two Hands is? You know the reference?
Nah. It's better than one.
No, it's a Mel Gibson reference.
Two
I
hands.
think so. Yeah.
Mel Gibson?
Yeah, isn't that right?
When did he say 2 hands?
Look that up. Maybe I got that wrong. I'm pretty
What
sure
does
it's
2 hands mean?
It was a movie or something. I don't know.
He did a movie called
asking.
2 Hands?
I don't know. I'm going to get this wrong.
I don't know. Yeah, you
Not
got
Mel-
it.
Yeah, Mel Gibson, right?
He didn't do it, man.
Or no, maybe it was, who's the other Australian big breakout star?
Heath Ledger.
Yeah, others.
Thor.
Older.
Older than that, Paul Hogan.
No, I mean, never mind. I'm so out of it.
Remember when Mel Gibson did that movie where half his face was melted?
Yes.
That shit was so stupid. But I liked
who's
it.
the megastar?
Oh,
Ozzy.
Huge Jackman.
It's not Hugh
Nope.
Jackman either.
Another Australian
Really?
that's faint. Were you really you?
Who's the dude
Hands
from
McGillicuddy?
Maroubra?
Who?
Who's the dude from Maroubra? Who did Bra Boys? He narrated it. Come on, dude.
What?
Oh my God. I am
Bra
living in a
Boys?
parallel universe.
That's not an actor.
Bra Boys.
That was a real guy.
Is Heath Ledger Two Hands? All right, it was Heath Ledger then.
I said
That was the
Heath
reference.
Ledger.
You did say that, but I'm on to this other dude. He's
He
Gladiator.
has no idea. He's just like old Australian legend before Mel
Gladiator.
Gibson. Oh, Russell Crowe was
Thank
after
you,
Mel.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe was
God.
after Mel Gibson.
I said old. Oh, never mind.
He's not older. He's younger. Mel Gibson is older than.
No, I said older than Heath Ledger.
Oh well, God. Make up
Dude.
your mind, man. Yeah. Okay, Russell
Now
Crowe.
I got all the Australian. Sorry.
Do you see Russell Crowe in the new? He's a.
Can we move on now?
Yeah. I tried to move on the whole time. Freaking 2 hands. Just get me some eggs.
I was gonna say I was going crazy because like there's no way you don't know a Mel Gibson or a Russell Crowe reference.
Yeah, of
So
course.
if it's Two Hands, it had to be something younger. You're right, Heath Ledger. My apologies, But that's an Aussie breakfast place in New York City. You're welcome.
You're hard to work with sometimes. You know that?
Dude. And you need more national pride
What?
to name all your
I
actors.
got it right the first time and you said no. I said Heath Ledger. I know Russell Crowe. Come on. I've met Russell Crowe.
Oh, yeah, you told me that.
But I saw him in a movie recently in the plane where he's a priest and he's so jolly.
Oh, I've seen that.
Where he's the exorcist guy?
Yeah.
Dude, he's on a what's a little motorcycle that's like what's a Vespa? It's a Ferrari one, so that's pretty cool. But it's still a Vespa, and he is a big boy. And then and he's riding this Vespa all the way up to the mountaintop, and I'm like, no, he didn't. He did not make that to the top. No way that thing made it up that hill with his ass on there.
I like how that's your gauge of the movie.
Look,
They're breaking from reality. He couldn't have ridden a Vespa up the hill.
yeah, because definitely he could be possessed and all that other stuff.
Right. Oh, that's
But
all possible.
there's no way Russell Crowe, that fat, made it up that hill on that Vespa.
I almost believed in the whole movie. until
Granted,
that
it's a
moment.
Ferrari Vespa, but I don't think it had the horses to get him up there.
Why does a priest have a Ferrari Vespa?
Because he's in Italy.
Okay.
And that's the only machines they sell in Italy is Ferrari. If you get a chainsaw, it's a Ferrari chainsaw. If you get you have electric shaver, it's a Ferrari electric shaver.
It's like everything's Yamaha in
they
Japan.
Yes, they don't let you use other stuff.
Yamaha keyboard, Yamaha motorcycle, Yamaha.
We're in
shaver.
Freedomville over here where we can use all of them. Ferrari, all of those, but not where
It's
they
like the
are.
Kirkland
Yeah.
of Italy.
Yeah, dude, did you know they made scooters? Because that seemed pretty crazy to me, but they did.
I did not.
I thought it was badass. I'm like, whoa, you can get a Ferrari Vespa? I don't really want a Vespa, but if it's a Ferrari one, I kind of do.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, but he's real big in that. And he wears like a big black robe and stuff. But he has like an accent where I'm not sure he's like Spanish, but at one point I think he might be German. So he's an Australian guy that's doing all these different accents and he speaks Spanish and stuff. And it's like, I don't know because I don't speak Spanish and I'm not German.
You know what's impressive lately in movies and film too?
Yeah, what?
Is many foreign actors coming over and doing perfect American accents.
Yeah.
Because used to, and I don't mean that somehow we're the central whatever to all film, but people are coming from like Succession. You heard Succession, HBO? Anyway, it was a huge show.
Yeah.
It's over. But two of the main actors, one was British, one was Australian. You never ever know.
Right.
But in the past, it's like when what's her name was Meryl Streep, like a dingo ate my baby.
Yeah, wow.
She sounded American, right?
Yeah.
And when they do other accents, it's like it just in the past it never worked.
It's funny to
You hear them try to even Mel Gibson like in
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon.
He
Yeah,
slips.
totally.
Yeah. Russell Crowe slips in The Gladiator for the biggest thing when he's after he kills the guys
Yeah.
and he goes, "Are you not entertained?"
Yeah.
Entertained. You're entertained. You know what I mean? But he's
Did
like,
you-
"Are you not entertained?" And I'm
But from your perspective, do you hear it because it's like, oh, that's home,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's
So that's
sick.
why it's interesting to hear you say that these foreigners are doing an American accent where you don't catch it.
You don't catch it. I mean, it barely. Like at one point, I was like, wait a second, is she from somewhere else?
Right. Because there's a little word every now and then.
But barely.
Thor does it.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
Or Canadians will be like, about, and then
Just
to hear it just for a second, you're like,
I think he's in that new movie where he's he's trying to get people out again, but he is Australian in it. And when he talks, I'm so used to him being American in movies where he's like, "Look out, mate, I got you." And I'm like, "Whoa, are you? Oh yeah, you are. You have been the whole time."
Yeah.
Like it sounds surprising.
maybe some days you just got to lean into it.
What do you mean?
Just go full Aussie.
Yeah, I mean, I do when there's Australians around.
You do?
Yeah, or it depends on. Sometimes it's easier to talk like that to get certain things out.
I'm gonna look up Australian breakfast for you.
Yeah.
Because I want you to go. To
Yeah, I
one.
would like to experience that, but not go home for it. Just experience breakfast and then go back to America. I love how there's more than one.
Oh yeah.
Australians like New York.
Look at. I look up Australian breakfast.
What the hell?
Yeah. Lots.
Fusion.
Brekkie.
I don't even think
That's all
they
you
do.
need to know.
I
It's
don't
brekkie.
think. I don't think they do.
Eggy wags.
I don't think they do what
Oh,
we
right
do.
there. First one, 2 hands.
All right. Man, you know so much.
Dude, I'm like doing the promo for them.
I got to check it out. Yeah, I don't really know what we do. That because I guess when I lived there, it was more bogan. So brekkie was like, I guess the difference would be maybe it had beans. You could have baked beans, and
That's British.
yeah, because that's where we came from.
Right.
So
But
I'm
I
just-
feel like there's definitely something new that is innately Australian that people reference to. This is Aussie breakfast.
well, bacon. The bacon's not the same as the bacon here. So do you think when you get bacon at two
I think
hands,
it's more of, I want to say it's more fresh too. It's more like avocado and
right? See, that's what I was about to say.
it's more California vibes.
That's a
but,
new edge Australian.
Yeah, well-
like when I grew up, it was just like you had trash for breakfast.
but also
Now-
Aussies have the all the coffee language too. Like
yeah, short whites and
yeah,
stuff.
flat white, long black. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've been here my whole life. When
Okay.
I go back, I don't know how to get a coffee.
All right. Well, we're happy to have you.
Great.
think we're done.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's been great.
It's been
I
been
do
my
appreciate.
pleasure.
I like it better here. Don't tell them, but I do. No
Oh,
offense.
you just told him.
Right. I mean,
Better
I do.
end it here
It's only because
before you say anything else you regret.
I like Australia, but I skate. You know? And then I did stand up. It's like, do you guys have the comedy store? You don't have the comedy store. I got the comedy store. Like, I ain't going to Jim's Comedy Shack. Like, I'm going to the
What about
comedy
Sydney
store.
Opera House.
Mark Maron's there all the time. Is Mark Maron at your one in Melbourne? No. That's all.
All right. Okay.
When I go back to burnouts, I'm going home.
We'll see you there. Bye. Give an Australian goodbye.
Oh,
Good day.
yeah, fuck off.
Wow.
That's how you do it.
Okay. Could have been worse.
Yeah, I would have put a C1 on the end of it.
I know. That's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. Okay. Bye. Sick.